Alright, so in the last video, I became the ultimate wizard in hypixel skyblock. I got enchanting 50, I got alchemy 50, and I think I'm ready. I think it's finally big brain time. Hello random people on the internet, my name is Banana, and today we are going to go for the max intelligence in Skyblock. So a couple of caveats. I think it's just actually one caveat that I have to say. I still have not done through the campfire. Obviously I haven't done it because the light goal still has to happen, but this is such an AIDS song. I don't know how to do it. Like literally I'm just really bad, and in the last video you guys are like, oh, you haven't even attempted it. That just happens whenever you select a different song. Oh, I just broke the harp. Let me place that back so you can see if you select a different song then it says your first attempt. I've done through the campfire attempts for a fair amount of time. I haven't put in a lot of time, but once you get the ultimate wizard video to 7,500 likes I will actually put in the hours, do some attempts, and hopefully I will be able to beat that. So we are going to be one intelligence short, but otherwise I think we will be at the theoretical max intelligence in the game. So to start off, just some basic stuff that we are obviously going to be using. Crystal armor is a no-brainer when it comes to intelligence. It's going to give you so much because you're getting up to 200% of the reforged stats, and that ends up being a lot of intelligence when you're actually wearing it in a light-filled area. And then the next thing that we're obviously going to need is a Reaper Falchion. I'm going to reforge this to Legendary for the maximum mana on a reforge, and this is going to obviously be good just because it increases your intelligence by 200 base, and then you can get reforges on it. So the next thing obviously is a Bottle of Jeer. Now this thing is pretty tough to come across because you need to get a high level one and you need to have that in your inventory for like ever, but you can trade them and drink them right after you trade, so hopefully I'll be able to do that well. And then obviously from previous videos we do have the legendary sheep pet, and this is going to actually be the best, contrary to what a lot of people were saying in the last video, because what a lot of people were saying is that the legendary phoenix with the textbook would actually give more intelligence. Now, while this may be correct in just base intelligence, if we look at the phoenix, why am I typing in legendary? I'll just show you guys the phoenix. The phoenix at level 100 ends up giving 150 intelligence base, so doubling that brings it up to 300, while the sheep only gives 200. But you see right now I'm at 795 mana, and if I take out the sheep I go up to 1243. Now that is because the Dungeon Wizard perk, which increases your total mana by 25% while in dungeons, actually procs while you are in the hub. So you're able to get 25% of your mana, which means that you're going to actually be getting more from the sheep pet compared to just running the Phoenix pet. So now that we got the basics out of the way, we're actually going to get to the tough part of the video, which is reforging all of our talismans to demonic. So we have a lot of talismans. I believe it's up to like 48 talismans in the game. So it's going to be a lot of reforging that I have to do, but this is going to get us an insane amount of intelligence. Even though it like is only a few on each of these different talismans, it's going to add up over time, and we're going to end up having an insane amount just from changing all these. But it's going to cost a lot of money, and then I'm going to have to change them back because no one actually wants to be a full intelligence build, but this is going to be very fun. Alright, and I am done reforging every single thing to demonic. That actually took me like 20 minutes. That was actually really annoying. I did not enjoy that one bit, but we are officially done. So you can see even without any pet, I believe, let me turn off my pet. Without any pet or without any armor, I'm pulling 756 mana, and that is a lot of mana, and there's still a lot more ways that I can increase it. So right now, even if I do not have any bottles of Jeer, or if I don't have any mana pots, which is the next way that I'm going to increase my intel, I can pull 2,792 mana with the full setup as far as I can tell. I don't think that there's anything more I could do to increase this, but maybe I'm missing a talisman or two. I'm actually going to go check that, and then we'll be right back. So I actually was missing a talisman, which is nice. I did check that, and I figured it out. So now we're actually going to be going for the mana pots, which are in the mutton collection. Now, these potions can be grinded through shiny blocks, but I'm just going to make a lot of them. The mana 8 potion gives 400 mana to you, and I'm not sure exactly what the cap is, but I feel like if I make like even like 10 of these, there's no way that I top that. Like, I could make 9 with just 3 of them, because I mean these are pretty expensive. You end up having to use enchanted cooked mutton and enchanted glowstone, but they are going to allow you to exceed your mana cap, which is definitely going to be the biggest brain thing that we can do to increase our mana. So I did end up deciding to go for 15 of these, because if I need more than 6,000 mana as my cap, then I don't know what I'm doing, because that would just be an insane compilation of just drinking pots, and that wouldn't be that fun. But we are going to have 15 mana 8s, which does allow us to get up to 6,000 if it ends up getting that far, but I don't think it will. Alright, so I think we do have everything. One thing that I did struggle with is getting a bottle of Jeer. This is definitely a really weak one. I had one that had 483 and I traded it from someone and I popped it earlier, but it didn't work the time that I tried it now, so this is the best I could do. 150. I bought it off the auction house, so just know that it could be a little higher, but obviously, I mean, bottles of Jeer are 10 minutes long. This isn't going to actually be a huge example of it. It's just going to be a nice boost to the intelligence that you get. So I'm just going to drink that, and there we go. We got 149 intelligence from that, so we are at 3170. And now we just got to start drinking these mana 8 potions. We'll see how many we can actually get drunk before it makes us stop. So we've done 3 now. Make that 4. 5. Ooh, hoo, hoo. So we're currently at 5,000 mana. And 5,500, 5,700. I think we're at the cap. I think we did hit the cap. Yeah, we did hit the cap. Unless maybe I could pull a little more. If I had a splash, I think that I could pull 400 more. But 5,795 is the number that we did hit for mana. Now, I'm just going to show off for the rest of this video how much you can fly if you put on Wise Armor with 5,795 mana. It's absolutely absurd how much you can pull here. Like, the amount of damage that you'd be doing with weapons and the amount of ability uses you can have on every weapon with this much mana is absolutely insane. So I'm just going to fly around the hub for a bit because I think I got everything popped here. So you can see I'm only using 26 mana per, so I can just go like this for literally the rest of time, and this is just going to be pretty epic. So becoming a max intelligence guy, I didn't plan on it like in the past, but it definitely is something that could be really viable because of the use of abilities in dungeons being lowered in cost and the cooldown being lower and everything. The mage class definitely can use a lot of mana. I don't think that this build in particular will be very viable just because getting max intelligence, well, it is a huge achievement. Having just all demonic on your talismans is definitely not a play that you should be doing with the current way that mage is set up. If they change mage to be more based on mana than it currently is, then maybe it'll be better. But seriously, like, you can see how long I'm flying, and that's without the ultimate enchant that exists called Ultimate Wise, which gives you like up to another 50% mana reduction on any weapon. So like, I could be doing this for twice as long if I had Ultimate Wise on my aspect of the end. I literally think it might be infinite with the amount of flight duration that I have, because this is just absolutely insane. They're also adding the Necrotic Reforge in dungeons, which will increase your intelligence by 150, I believe, on a legendary piece. Maybe it's Mythic that gives 150. I know that it just increases. It's better than Wise, is the moral of the story, and that's from Scarf, as far as I remember. The Dungeons update's definitely going to increase the way that you get intelligence by a lot, so definitely be on the lookout for a updated video on that, but as of right now, this is pretty close to the max that you can do. There still is through the campfire, there still is things like a better bottle of jeer, but this is pretty much the max intelligence and mana that you can get in the game. And I'm done flying, and I died and I lost 1 coin. Gosh darn it, Hypixel. But you can see this build is pretty insane. Like, even without any reforges on this wise armor, even without a weapon out right now, I'm pulling 1385 mana. That is absolutely nuts. I know I keep saying it's insane, it's nuts, but it is crazy. Like, by default I'm pulling 2897, and that is with the light level of 15. So yeah, almost 3000 mana without a weapon out. I can literally get up to 3170 mana with no pots, no nothing. It's literally just straight up armor, reforges, and I guess I do have the bottle of jeer still active because that doesn't deactivate when you die. So the intelligence that you can get in this game is definitely not capped out by anyone at this point, because there's still a lot of work to be done on getting things I still need to do through the campfire. And then bottles of jeer literally just carry you, because the more you have, the higher your cap on your mana potions is. I believe how the mana potions work, when I did some research, was you get double your base mana. So since I had like 27 whatever, it ended up capping my mana at the 5,000 number. But I feel like if I had someone splash me and I had my Reaper Falchion out, I could end up pulling like 6,340. I think that could be the theoretical max, but I couldn't do it because I didn't have anyone else to splash me. Definitely not because I'm lazy or anything. But yeah, that's going to be the video, becoming the smartest man in Skyblock. If you did enjoy, please smash that like button. Remember to go to the link in the description and buy my Badlion cloak. I'd really appreciate it. Use code BANANA on any purchase in the Badlion store for just some free money to me. It's a good referral code, and if you're buying my cloak, you get 10% off. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.